Hello, and welcome to another episode of Bitcoin Bite Size with me, your host, Keren Margolis, back again for Sasco Digital Assets. And today we are explaining Bitcoin's market cycles. I know you have been seeing the news, and the news is all over the place about Bitcoin. Every time the price goes up, goes down, it's a freaking story, but we are here to tell you that it's not. The actual story is that these are part of market cycles. They happen over and over again, and they are predictable. This is how it works. Before we get into all the details of the market cycle, we have to explain one important Bitcoin term, which is halving, like cut in half. And a halving event is something that happens every 4 years. The Bitcoin market cycle is a 4-year cycle. So as you know, when new transaction data comes in, miners are responsible for doing the work of verifying that data, and then as a reward and as payment to incentivize them to do that work, they are rewarded with a set amount of brand new Bitcoins that are then released into circulation. But every 4 years, that amount of Bitcoin gets cut in half. So for the same amount of verifying work, miners are getting paid 50% less to verify data. And what that means is that then the supply of new Bitcoins is tightened, and because of the laws of supply and demand, as the supply tightens, the demand stays the same or increases, and the price, of course, rises pretty sharply. Let's break down the Bitcoin market cycles into 3 phases. The first phase revolves around the halving event, when the rate of new supply of Bitcoin is cut in half, demand stays the same or increases, and the price rises pretty sharply over a course of about 2 years. And this tends to be a pretty volatile phase, but the volatility is just noise, you guys. And as of right now of this video, August 2021, the last halving event was in May 2020. Historically speaking, we have about another 6 months to a year of this upward trend. And this is the phase where historically Bitcoin has reached its new price all-time high. After the halving phase, we get into the correction phase, and this is when everybody freaks the out. But do not panic. It is not a crash. It is a correction. After the euphoria of the halving, the price takes a pretty significant dip, and this downward trend continues for about a year. Historically, no correction has ever dipped down below the previous cycle's all-time high. And what that means is that over the entire 13-year history of Bitcoin, the price has always trended upwards despite correction phases. Third, after the correction phase, when everybody's flipping a shit, is the accumulation phase, and I call it the creeper phase, because now we have a period of about a year, historically speaking, when the price slowly inches back up, leading up to the next halving event. So for context, in 2016, we had a halving event, and at that time, the price of one Bitcoin was only about $1,000. 2 years later, it had reached a new all-time high of about $20,000, and then a year after that corrected down to $4,000. But as of the last halving in May 2020, the price had crept back up to about $10K. After the creeper phase, we lead right back into another halving event, and this 4-year cycle continues over and over until all 21 million Bitcoins that can possibly exist have been mined. Key takeaway, we need to zoom out. Staying zoomed in is a recipe for panic, and if you zoom out, you can see that these 4-year market cycles follow historically an upward trend that has been unbroken over the entire 13-year history of Bitcoin's existence. Bitcoin has something that no other asset class has, and that's predictive power. Because we understand the Bitcoin market cycles, we can look to the past to see what might happen in the future. We don't have a crystal ball here, but the longer the time frame, the better. We're talking about a 4-year market cycle, so we're talking about months and years, not days and weeks. So if we just zoom out, we can cut out all of that unnecessary noise. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope that explained market cycles for you. If you're at a party, now you know what to say to shut everybody up when they're talking about volatility, making all of this noise. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Leave us any questions. We would love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit the notification bell so that you always get notified with new content. And if you want a little bit more in-depth information, please click click on this playlist right here, where we get in depth on all of our bite-sized topics with our CEO, Omar Sebek, and I will see you guys next time.